What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, another one of the answering comments videos. Thank you so much for all the feedback on this format. I am enjoying it, so let's go ahead and jump right in. We're only 5 days behind. We're getting better. We are getting better. Okay, so the first one here from Plexus. Sounds good, but at the same time, if they could fix the ever-increasing number of accounts just collecting and using reward cards with no investment, that'd be great. I have an idea. Reward cards are only playable when you hold enough owned CP. May as well give a use back to CP. I get what you're saying, Plexus, and this is for the glint and reward shop details. They took it out, and I just don't want it to be anywhere near anything. Now, I get what you're saying about the reward cards, because it's weird that those, like, they should almost, I mean, I know people are not going to like this, but they should almost be treated as ghost cards, right? Like once, until and unless you unlock it, it shouldn't be able to earn. It should just be something that you can play with. But I know people are not going to like that idea. I've just seen it done in other games, and it seems to work okay, where, you know, the cards that you pay for and buy are what you can earn. But then again, you know, we're already used to this now, so it's not fair for me to compare to something else. It's just that when you bring up things like this, you make a very good point, because it's like, I mean, even for myself, I have summoners now, and I don't know that I'll ever need to buy another card because I'll always be able to play in Wild and earn more of the reward cards as they go live. Okay, so Jonathan, let's see. They should offer a weekly card, which can be bought weekly. That'd be kind of interesting. I do hope that they take a lot of creative freedom and liberty with the reward shop and, you know, add some cool stuff to it. Make things rotate around, have some fun with it, throw some really crazy fun prizes in there. Make it a game, make it fun. That is what we want, and I just hope that they can do it. Okay, so this is complete trash, says Saul. Every time the overhaul system assets take it in the arse, maybe time to finally check out, sell out. Looks like somebody responded to you saying, asking how is this complete trash? I'm trying to understand why you're saying that every time there's an overhaul, the assets seem to take a dump, to put it nicely. I mean, you know, we haven't even needed an overhaul. Everything's taking a dump. So I think the overhaul might actually change and benefit certain things, at least from an enjoyment, entertainment perspective. But I respect your take. Okay, so let's see. Tail says, yikes, already throwing the towel on the 2024-2025 bowling for Splinterlands. No. I am throwing in the towel on the 2024, but 2025 is still very much up in the air. And specifically, I am very much in, I'm throwing in the towel for the 2024 summer. I think Q4 of 2024 can still be a good time. Again, I have no idea what's going to happen the rest of the year, but I don't think that we are positioned in a way where we'll be able to benefit from the 2024 run. We most certainly did not benefit, from the summer run. We most certainly did not benefit from the Q1 run, so there's nothing so far that makes me believe we would benefit from the summer run. Granted, I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love for the Splinterlands team to surprise us with maybe some cool stuff, but everything that we know that is coming is cool for the game, but not necessarily great for token values. And that, to me, is the biggest marketing tool that we have. Okay, so next one is from Supreme Victory Network, saying, I think everyone appreciates your opinion. Therefore, everybody appreciates a longer format video. I know you already do a ton of work, but the longer format are well worth it. It's kind of like a mini podcast. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the feedback. I really actually enjoy this because it allows me to get back to you guys, respond in a much more thoughtful way, and now you guys are leaving even longer comments, which is great. Because as I said, this channel is just a happy accident for me. I enjoy it. I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy the quality of folks who are here, and just the interest that you have. I feel like we're well aligned. So this is just very conversational, very enjoyable for me. So glad to know that it is the same for you guys. Okay, Mondroid says, this is really awesome. So much potential with this. Going to pitch an idea to the team at some point for some non-soulbound legendary reward cards in a new type of chest. We need to bring back some of the magic of pulling that gold foil. I don't disagree. I think you're referring to what happened with Tails when he pulled like a gold foil Axemaster on like his first or second day. And it was like worth $300. Yeah, I get it, man. I would love for us to have that. Okay, parallel, we'll skip those. More parallel, please, Betrayer. Yes, more parallel content coming. I'm having a blast with that game. It is super fun. All right, so Snowball says, really excited to see these changes come in. Brilliant update. Fantastic. Let me see here. It would probably be fun to try, but I will not step... Oh, oops, this is all parallel here. All right, so while many things you talked about are valid and important, if you look at the big picture, the CEO should make big strategic move. So Matt's number one thing is to deliver more capital into Splinterlands ecosystem. With more capital, he can build validators, shift to Solana, list in Binance and Coinbase, raise SPS token price, which would bring publicly new players and investors. I don't disagree, Bakarev. I hope I'm saying that right. I mean, he should be looking at that stuff now. And it sounds like he is much more removed from the day-to-day, right? There's a lot of other folks that are handling the creative, the game design, card stats. So at this point, my hope is that he is focusing in on that. And now that he's like 6 months in and hopefully put out a bunch of fires and planned out all the stuff that they were needing to do and release at the end of last year and then get this year started off. And keep in mind, I would say that the year is off to a decent start. I know the token values are down right now, but again, I'm separating this out from investment and gameplay. The game is, going through a major change, and whether you like the changes or not doesn't change the fact that the team has come through and made some changes and will continue to do so. So now that all that stuff is planned out, I hope that he can focus in on the bigger picture and hopefully finding that CMO or marketing or figuring out what they plan to do once the changes are all done. Let's see. So Nomad says, "LOL, good job, bud. I just brought my goal for Gladiators. Made about $60. Very nice. Thank you so much, RK. Push and shove. Let's go." I got your push and shove. I'm not going to say that. Selling all SPS, buying PNS. All right, fine. I'll say it. What's up, Chris J? Good to see you here. Okay, yesterday I sold all my SPS because I think other coins are much better suited for the bull run, says David. I don't think you're wrong. Just saying, I don't think you're wrong. So SPS is in the anger stage, says Level Up Life. What's up, Level Up Life? If I am right, this is where dumb money sells the bottom. Buy high, sell low. Alex says it's not the bottom. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know what? I don't know. I don't know how to diagnose the different stages. But I'm very curious to see what acceptance looks like once people realize that this may be just where we are. Wow. This comment got a lot of responses. So I'm not going to be able to read through all of the responses, but let's go through. Shout out to Christopher Charles here. This game has tried everything in the world to pull itself out of a tailspin, except the one thing I've been screaming for 3 years. Burn the cards. Cards lead the economy. SPS is a reflection of the economy. Cards are back at all-time lows, and people aren't staking SPS. Fix the cards to fix SPS. Fix SPS, then bring the players in. SPS will continue to bleed out the card economy. Okay, so who burns the card? Oh, I know what you're upset about. You don't like the fact that they took out the card burning event. Again, I mean, if they had it, that's fine. I don't think it would have done much personally. I get what you're saying in terms of the card assets. I respectfully, fundamentally disagree with you. I think SPS leads and not cards. But, I can agree with you on the fact that removing the cards from the burn event was kind of antithetical to what we wanted in the first place, which was a card burning event. So now that we don't have that, I can understand the frustration. And again, I'm not against it. If we had it, that'd be totally fine. There's definitely some extra cards we can burn. All right, so let's see here. So Gigastar says one reason is that the rewards change. This is in response to the SPS getting unstaked. Also from Gigastar, removing the daily chest in season is bad. The new reward feels more like a grind than enjoying playing. I don't know that I agree with that. I mean, here's the thing. If you enjoy playing, then you enjoy playing no matter what. I got to be honest about that, right? If you enjoy playing the game no matter what. I think a lot of people have been grinding for a while. And so if the reward structure change is making it feel more like a grind, then I don't know. I just feel fundamentally different. I like the idea of being a kid in an arcade shop where I can go and pick whatever prizes I want. I mean, you don't get me wrong. I think we'll miss some of the jackpot stuff. And obviously I got some, not any major jackpots, but the idea of being able to go in and choose what kind of rewards I want and then see what I get from there is more exciting to me from a gaming standpoint. So Kag says, I'm unstaking but bugged. Half my stake doesn't appear on SPS chain. Well, SPS is not on the SPS chain, oddly enough. Only vouchers are at this point, so don't look for it there. Level Up Life says there's over 150 million DECs that came out of LP from the voting to stop paying airdrops. Yep. I wonder if that is another reason we're seeing massive sell-off on DEC as well. because it no longer makes sense to hold it. And so I'm just glad I sold out a while ago. All right, so iHorse says, yes, Matt can get over himself and announce he will help us get a listing ASAP, or we will lose this game. It's coming in from iHorse. If BTC takes a 20 to 40% dive for the halving, Matt needs to wake up. If that's bad, if BTC goes down, SPS will be under 1 cent. Matt thinks he had time. No, he doesn't. Everyone is leaving it on staking. This game literally has no appeal to it anymore. Well, what was the appeal to you in the first place? Because I don't think anything's fundamentally changed outside of the prices going down. And they were already down to begin with. You can make more for free from 10 different play-to-earn games. Why would I spend thousands to make pennies? And now even less because of the chess. What in the holy F is Matt thinking? He needs to act quick, make a statement that will help us, and spend the down money to keep players, or the game will die. I mean, look, I think Matt is doing fine. It's just... It's just that the bear market was kind of squandered. It seemed like they were at odds. They were doing different things. Matt took over 6 months ago. I like the changes that he's made, so I'll disagree with you there. But yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, why am I playing Parallel? Well, it's because my earnings are incredible, right? Why are people jumping into other games where the earnings are better? Because that's what people want from Web3. And until Splinterlands can deliver that, nobody's going to come in, which was once again why I go back to SPS is the key to literally everything. We could have 500 million cards and it wouldn't matter if SPS was going to the moon, because then people would come in and they'd soak up those cards, right? So, or we could have however many assets you want to count, right? But if SPS was going up, people would come in. It's just we have this weird kind of token economy right now where we're oversupplied SPS, we're oversupplied DEC, not that much anymore with DEC, but obviously still struggling to keep peg. The sad part is we have products available on the shelf. It's just nobody wants to buy them, or they're done buying them, right? Maybe the true player base is only at this level where we don't even sell 1 million packs. Because I'll tell you this, right? As of right now, especially with the shift back to Wild, I don't know that I need to play Modern in the future, right? I cannot see the appeal, and this is just talking about for me personally, and this is not financial advice, but for myself, from a gaming budget perspective, I cannot see the appeal of spending another, I don't know, whatever it is, like $5,000 to $8,000 on Rebellion. And here's the thing, Rebellion could hold its value well, but I can't spend that. I don't want to spend it. There's so many other things that I want. And so I'm totally cool just playing with Wild. And that might be a problem. That might be a problem in the future. Now, I know that I'm not your typical player. I'm not the player's player like some other folks. I definitely came in with an investor mindset, with my investor hat on. So, the gaming part of it is fun, but I'm not seeking glory in the game the way that others are. And hopefully we find players that are seeking glory and that want to be at the top tier. But, if I can make a little aside here, and I'll give a shout out to Weirdbeard once again, just because he was the only person championing this. If you make it, you have to have a focus on competitive gameplay. And I know we're making the right moves now with, trying to take away Battle Helper and bots and all that stuff. But you got to make it exciting. You got to make it rewarding, not financially, but just reputationally, to be at the top of the game, right? Like, I think it's awesome that D-Tough Stuff won the first Splinterfest tournament. I think it's awesome that Mondroid, who is a little bit more public of a figure than D-Tough Stuff, won the first, or got top spot at the leaderboard of the first season of this new thing. But aside from that, like what is there, right? I would want there to be more, and I kind of wish the vision that Weirdbeard had for having this really be a solid competitive game, because now that that's lost, right? Now that is no longer anywhere in the near, mid, or long-term future, maybe the long-term future, but now that it's nowhere here, I mean, the appeal of chasing glory in the game is gone for me too, right? And I wasn't even chasing it before, but I was very much a part of the ride because I was like, this game can be that. I'm not the best player by any means, but I want to see who the best players are. I want to see how the best players choose their teams and the personalities that come through. But there's no focus on that. It's just show up, get a paycheck, earn some SPS, which is devaluing all the time, and then cash out, which seems to be the case for a lot of folks. Now, again, that's kind of what Web3 is, but there's clearly, there clearly was a vision here before that just isn't there anymore, unfortunately. And I hope that we can get back to that at some point. All right, so Pillock says, I'm putting it in PNS instead. Already doubled my SPS from the sacrifice rounds, and it's still under $1 million market cap. I'll maybe buy back SPS. Man, you only doubled it. I think I'm like 5x the amount of SPS that I have. That being said, I don't know. That was before this major dip that happened. So maybe it's actually worth more SPS now because the PNS, the push and shove token, is doing quite well, it seems. Okay, what's up, Firebolts? Good to see you here. All right, so Ghoulish says, why would you stake SPS in order to earn more worthless SPS? Rewards are worthless, soulbound are worthless, prices constantly declining. Meanwhile, you see everything else in the market skyrocket up. Of course, everybody else is unstaking and selling. Yep, again, not surprised. You know, I'll take a little bit of an aside here. And I know this is going to be bearish, but just sharing with you the stuff that I hear from top influencers in the space. They were talking about the run that we had in Q1, and basically, if you look around and see what are the projects that pumped in Q1, these are the ones that are going to go nuclear when things really take off, right? So not just gaming, but of course gaming included. But every project, essentially every narrative, if you want, whether it's L1s, whether it's mid caps, whether it's AI, whether it's gaming, whether it's DeFi, like whatever pumped in Q1. Those are the strong projects. Those are the projects that survive the bear market. Okay. And I think the tough thing, the tough reality to face right now is SPS did not pump during that time frame. We pumped in Q4, but we did not pump in Q1. And now the fact that we pumped in Q4 only and not Q1, whereas other projects did pump in both Q4 and Q1, shows me that, and I've talked about this before, it just reveals even more so that we are very much decoupled from the rest of the market. And while we may be able to, set our own bull runs in the future, we're very far from that right now. Okay, sorry, I smurf. 240K from the Gladiators. Nice. Ghoulish says, I think I mentioned it in another video, but I'll say it again just so you think about it. Terra Classic outperformed SPS year to date. Oh, man. That is rough. Okay, Oscar says, for me, playing in Champ right now feels stale. The competition starting in D1 is super strong. The decks are all the same, and you get farmed by the top 25 leaderboard players, which doesn't incentivize to play, if you ask me. Plus, the reward change is brutal. More SPS, which is cool. Glint, which is useless to me, as I almost maxed all my soulbound. Well, here's the cool thing. For you, I mean, if I was in your position and I had everything maxed, I would just buy energy and farm more SPS from it. At least that's kind of what I plan to do partially right now. Oscar finishes off saying, all in all, this is a dangerous situation right now. What you gonna do? Okay, so Christopher Charles on the DEC Catalyst. So the event is now going to flop. I've been Team Matt since before he took over. Recently, it's like the wrong people have had his ear. This is a lot. Okay, we'll skim through it. This event could have passed the first time he proposed it and been a huge success if it included promo cards the first go around. I don't disagree with that. There was a lot of excitement for it, but then it seemed as though people wanted there to be cards available. He got that feedback the first day it went up. Instead of changing that proposal to match what he wanted, he let that one fail, coloring idea of the event negatively. Then he got rid of the core of it, which is the burning cards, which made an event to buy overly priced cards for DEC vouchers. Most players aren't going to buy $3 plus rare cards because when he stripped this of being a card burning event, several massive bot owners and a few whales dumped thousands of cards on the market for dirt cheap. So now the event is nothing more than an opportunity for dwindling player base to buy expensive cards after watching cards collapse. Yeah, I really wonder how many people are going to buy promo cards. I have nothing against this event in particular because I haven't bought promo cards for a while, but I've seen very few people say that they're planning to buy cards. So Chaos Rebel says, the demand for Rebellion has been met. There is no one else, no one new. We will see the same people buying in the upcoming promo card, maybe less. I hope NPE, marketing, and listing gets done ASAP. Yeah, I don't know how you make Modern more appealing. I mean, the Glint thing is cool, but we'll just have to see what the match liquidity ends up looking like. All right, so Christopher saying the same thing here. No one is going to buy Rebellion when all of the cards are scraping the floor. It's yet another reason card prices are the most important thing in the game. The whole flywheel is predicated on players wanting Splinterlands assets. But no one is buying them because no one trusts them because we are so flooded with cards. The funny thing is going to be when the people who are cheering for Wild to lose all its rewards, etc., are going to find themselves in Wild when Chaos Legion is out of Modern. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Oh. Okay, so Ghostly BG says, good. Everyone is welcome to unstake and sell off. That's how I plan to control the DAO all by myself. Well, this is the time to buy. Not financial advice, but it's definitely, we're below 2 cents again. All right, does anyone know how I can claim my colony tokens? I believe we did this on stream with you already, but it's just arcade. It should be just arcadecolony.com. All right, so Stephen Hall says Bitcoin halving is 4 weeks away. It takes 4 weeks to unstake fully. Maybe they're expecting a pump and want to sell in a month. Maybe, but we haven't seen a pump yet. What's going on, RK? Thank you for the likes. All right, so iHorse says, and most of all, if BTC dips 24% before the halving, SPS won't make it through. It'll be under 1 penny. Yeah, I think we're headed to 1 penny too. Not a price prediction, but I just keep hearing it from other people who are bullish on Splinterlands. So I'm like, you know what? If you believe it, then I believe it too. All right, this is my Yu-Gi-Oh deck in Web3, walking around playing, people IRL. It's good to be really healthy roundtable. Fair enough. All right. So crypto, really, blockchain coins are projects, not stocks or just trading. It's more that highly important to keep learning. I don't disagree. All right. Mitchell says, I burned about $65 worth of Gladiator cards and put it in the LP. Well, hopefully you didn't lose money in that LP. All right. So Jim says, it's still worth to play Splinter. Oh, this is a video all in of itself. Is it still worth it to play Splinterlands? Man, Jim, you know, I love the game for what it is. It is not what I thought it would be, and it's no longer heading in that direction. But that doesn't change the fact that I still think it's a fun game. Now, I do have a sunk cost fallacy that's operating in my own brain. I'm aware of it because I've already thrown a ton of capital into the game. So for me, it doesn't make sense to just sell out, especially when I actually enjoy the game. And I'm able to earn from it. I'm able to have fun with it, play with other people that I know. So it's a good time. For new people coming in, that's a much more difficult question to answer. Just being honest with you, it is a much more difficult question to answer. It depends on if you're viewing this as an investment or as a hobby or as a game. I don't really know. But the buy-in required is significantly high. Now, I think one of the best things that Splinterlands has going for it is the ability to rent, not just cards, but SPS. So you can throw $5, $10, $30, however much you're willing to, for a month or two and see where that gets you. And I actually think that could get you quite far. And if you like the game and enjoy the game, then there are certainly cards that are very cheap right now that'll allow you to play at the highest levels, right? So I'm talking specifically Chaos Legion set, right? The core and rewards, maybe not Rift Watchers, but you know, you'd be able to get those. So my recommendation to you would be to try the game out. You can do it for, you know, the spellbook will give you $3 in credits. I don't know that that's enough necessarily, and you're going to want to learn the meta and all the different things. Whatever your gaming budget is, right? I don't know. For me, if it's like $20, $30 a month, I don't think that's unreasonable. Granted, I know everybody's situation is different, but you know, I'm willing to throw $20, $30 into a game just to try it out. I did that with Parallel essentially, right, for like $35. So I think if you can do that, you won't necessarily own much or anything, but you'll be able to try the game out, get a feel for it, see if you actually like it. And here's the thing. If you don't like the game and you're here for just the earnings, that's fine. I'm not going to discourage you, but I am just going to make you aware of the fact that the earnings will go up and they will go down. Right now they're down, and there's a chance they could go down further, right? So just keep that in mind. If you're only here for the earnings, this will feel like a job. You will get upset, you will get frustrated, and you will probably rage quit at some point in the future. But if you enjoy the game, there's a stronger chance of you sticking around. Hopefully that is helpful. Okay, Icebird says, despite the lower SPS price, I still think the game is too expensive for the average person when you compare it to other games. It makes it difficult to enjoy when you have to buy the same card so many times in order. Yeah, you know, I'm kind of over card leveling. Maybe I'm just spoiled once again, being reminded of my Magic the Gathering days with Parallel, where it's just like, yeah, you know what? You can only put 3 copies of a card into a deck, and that's it. But yeah, 400 copies just is wild. Is wild when packs are $5 or $4, whatever it is. Like if packs were $1 each, maybe we could stomach it, but man, it is expensive. They need to continue to improve the fun factor for the game. Don't disagree, which I think they're doing now, which is great. I wish I wanted to play the game more, but it's just uninteresting now. Fair enough. All right, Alex is selling everything and on to the next game. Please let me know what game you're playing so that I can go check it out too. KGM says, stop chasing the carrot, DCA, and build equity in the game while you can. Thanks for the video. All right, KGM is bullish. Tail says, funding. What is that? Yeah, we don't know about that here. Erroneous says, Infidel just tweeted a video by someone else on how to prevent botting at Splinterlands. It is slow, but 100% on point. He goes over how AI works, what hasn't worked so far, and why, and at the end of the video, explains how it will work. All right. Hopefully that gains traction. I'll have to check it out. So KQ Forever says done selling, starting to restake. Okay, cool. NFT Crypto Mix says, well, I love the idea that we have DEC2. Maybe when everything starts going well, we need DEC3. Well, we only have DECB, and I don't think that's ever coming back, but that's a fun joke. All right, so players are selling SPS to buy meme coins like Doge. What about PNS? that's a much more fun one. But yeah, I think players are selling not just to buy meme coins, but to buy anything that's going up right now. All right, so Radagaskar says, what's the deal with the Mario accounts in Modern? Is it a botter, a sweatshop, an incel living in a basement, playing 100 accounts, Mormons? It could be a guild. I don't know. But if you find any kind of behavior there or odd behavior, you should most definitely report it. All right, so Kazrak says, I think they should have started selling simply because... Oh, okay, so this is what I made the video on, right? So this is what Kazrak and I were talking about, this person who's selling like 12 or 13 million SPS. All right, Lord Kagor says, with a 50% win rate at Wild at 3,800 level 8x multiplier, renting SPS at 0.004, we are now, guess what? Losing money to play. It is pay to earn. Less than you paid, of course. 3640 DEC for rent returns, 1400 DEC in battle rewards. Yeah, I don't think Wild is where it's at. It's going to be in Modern, which, again, I mean, you're going to have to put time into Modern since it's not bottable. But the earnings in Modern seem to be significantly higher. I think it was earning 3x the value in Modern. So if I were to 3x this, it would be higher, but only by like 600 DEC. So right now, I mean, SPS is low. So that's obviously not going to be helpful. Titanus is saying, you're pretty confident this is the last whale exiting the game. Maybe you should be more careful. There's tons of reason to exit this black hole. You know what? You're right. I was just assuming. I mean, I was just told that person was exiting and what their stack was. If you are aware of other people with large stacks leaving, definitely let me know. But yeah. Barry Tofu, who is a whale in the game, says, I ain't selling. Very cool. All right, Snowball says, nice research. Good to see the numbers add up. Very cool. All right, so I got your PNS, says RK. Thanks for the like. All right, so Vlogging, Gaming Coding says, I'm trying to sell cards and I don't need any more, but I'm done lowering my price. I also restaked my SPS. Opportunity loss, but sucks SPS, and cards will rally after the summer, in my opinion. Well, let's hope so. I think that Q4, it will definitely be more interesting for Splinterlands than the summer, so I agree with you there. All right, so we're coming up on time here. So let me go ahead and just finish this out. Okay, let's go with KGM here. Like a lot of people, I'm just stacking SPS. One of the problems with the staking system is that, yes, it ties up a lot of SPS, but in times like this or times that get really good, everybody's going to dump at once. My long-term plan is to, when it gets to a certain price, sell 25% to get money back. All right, fair enough. And then you're playing with house money. That's awesome. All right, KGM also says, also now there are over 20 legendary cards that I do not have under $10, some that are maxed out for under 10. Thanks for the video. Well, hopefully you're able to make or complete your collection. Okay, we have a ton of parallel stuff here. How far are we from like 2 days away? Oh, perfect. Okay, a couple more comments, and then we'll call it a day on this video. All right, Samuel says, looking back, it was a very misleading campaign by bot banners saying they'll reserve a league for bots in Wild. Now that they aim to target botting in Wild too. No wonder SPS dumps. Yeah, you're not wrong. I think, but I think people looked at Modern and said that it was successful. Therefore, they wanted to extend it to Wild. But if that was the expectation you had voting for it at the time, then yeah, it's definitely misleading. Okay, last one. So Jason Jenkins says, Aftersound's YouTube in 2024 will now be 70% parallel and 30% Splinterlands FUD discussions. It feels like it, although I'm definitely not doing as much parallel content as Splinterlands still. That being said, I'm really enjoying the parallel ecosystem. I know this is a Splinterlands video, but just another warning to you guys. I mean, there'll be a lot more content coming for parallel. I am playing it way more than Splinterlands right now, mainly because of the bot, or thanks to the bot, I should say. And I think they just have a lot of really cool things happening both now and in the future. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know if you have any other thoughts, comments, or clarifications you'd like to put in. But I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.